I think we've learned from President Trump that when he's not happy with a partner or another country, he'll make a move like this is what he's doing with Canada. He signed an executive order now changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America. Now, he can't unilaterally rename Lake Ontario to for Canada in the world. Lake Ontario is a shared international body of water between New York and Ontario, Canada. But what Trump can do is he can direct the U.S. government to use Lake America now in federal maps and documents and other official U.S. government references. Though the U.S. geographic naming process, he can do it through that. But, you'll remember he did this also with the Gulf of Mexico, renaming it to the Gulf of America. He does it for political reasons, symbolic reasons, and when he's not getting along with a country's leader, this is usually what President Trump likes to do. So we're watching again. I've reached out to Ontario Premier Doug Ford, hoping that I'll be able to get a comment from him because he has addressed this in the past couple of days with us. But we've got Karen Travers at the White House now. Karen, we're not surprised. It's not the first time, the president has done something like this. He's just clearly not happy with Canada right now, and he's making that pretty clear.
Yeah, he said that the tariffs that he had announced that wouldn't go into effect until January 1st on Canadian autos and auto parts, he insisted it's something he still would move forward with. He said that we don't want them to make cars for America. He said Canada treats us very badly. The Canadian tariffs, of course, that they announced in retaliation to the ones the president put in place over the weekend, they don't go into effect until September 8th. So, of course, there is a bit of time potentially to see if there was a potential for some conversations to restart. We had heard from the vice president the other day that there were ongoing negotiations, despite other officials here at the White House indicating that the time for talking was over. But the president didn't say anything there that would indicate he is in any mood to lift the tariffs that were put in place last weekend. And Kira, in fact, what he was indicating is that there would be more to come, as he had threatened earlier this week.
All right. Well, this is clearly not the first step that he is making toward Canada. There are still a number of things to work out when it comes to the tariffs and our relationship with one of our longtime allies. And now apparently there's going to be discussions at the EU, according to Prime Minister Mark Carney. So this is not going away. This is not settled by any means.
Not at all. And in fact, only seems likely to escalate at this point. And, like I said, the Canadian tariffs don't go into effect just yet. Whether that was the Canadians trying to hold out potential for some renegotiations, it's not clear, but there is still some time for a potential off-ramp. But I think when you heard from the president there, Kira, right from the start, when he had his opening remarks, the questions reporters were asking him, his very hard line there on our neighbors to the north, he certainly doesn't sound like somebody who is interested at this point in restarting those negotiations.
All right. Karen Travers from the White House for us. Karen, thank you.